Hello, students. Today we will discuss the next chapter of business studies, that is organizing. Organizing is the second step of planning. Organizing is the second step of management. First step is planning, then organizing, then staffing, directing, and controlling. So we will discuss all these chapters one by one. That is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Today's chapter is organizing. First of all, meaning and features of organizing. What is organizing? Organizing essentially implies a process which coordinates human efforts, assembles resources, and integrates both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving the organizational goals. In other words, organizing can be defined as a process that initiates implementation of plans by clarifying jobs and working relationships and effectively deploying resources for attainment of identified and desired routes. Organizing is a process by which the manager brings order out of chaos, removes conflicts among people over work or responsibility sharing, and creates an environment suitable for the teamwork. In simple words, if we want to know about the organizing is a process in which job positions are created and identified. The responsibilities are fixed. Authority and responsibility relations are set up. Who will report to whom? All these things are settled. So all these things come under the organizing. Let us discuss now the process of organizing. Process of organizing. Organizing is a process which includes some steps. So first step is identifying and division of work. Or identification and division of work. In this step, the whole work and work positions in the organization are identified and work is divided into small jobs. Second step is departmentalization. Departmentalization. Second step is departmentalization. Under this, uh, once the work has been divided in the first step into small and manageable activities, then those activities which are similar in nature are grouped together. This grouping process is called departmentalization. Departmentalization facilitates specialization. Third step is assignment of duties. Assignment of duties. In this step, it is necessary to define the work of different job positions and accordingly allocate work to various employees. Once departments have been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual. Means when job positions are identified, departments have been made, then this job positions are given to the individuals. Jobs are then allocated to the members of each department in accordance with their skills and competencies. Fourth step Fourth step is establishing a reporting relationship. Establishing reporting relationships. Under this tab, each individual should also know who he has to take orders from and to whom he is accountable. The establishment of such clear relationships helps to create a hierarchical structure and helps in coordination amongst various departments. So, this is the process of organizing. There are four steps in the process of organizing. The first is identifying and division of work. Here, the work is identified and divided into small jobs. Then departmentalization. Here, departments are based on the same nature jobs. Same nature jobs are grouped in the same one department. Then assignment of duties. Here, the duties are given to the employees. Next is establishing reporting relationships. Here, the working relationships are set up, that who will order to whom. Now, let us discuss importance of organizing. Importance of organizing. Importance of organizing. The significance of organizing function mainly arises from the fact that it helps the survival. Helps in the survival and growth of the enterprise. In order for any business enterprise to perform tasks and successfully meet goals, the organizing function must be properly performed. So some benefits are there, some significance are there, or some importance of the organizing is there. The first is benefits of specialization. Benefits of specialization. Organizing leads the systematic allocation of jobs to the workers. This reduces the workload as well as the enhances productivity because of the specific worker performing a specific job on a regular basis. This leads to the specialization. Second step is clarity in working relations. Clarity in working relations. The establishment of working relationship clarifies lines of communication and specific who is to report to whom. This removes the ambiguity in transfer of information and instructions. So this is very important. Third point is effective administration. Effective administration. Organizing provides a clear description of job and related duties. This helps to avoid confusions and duplications of work. Clarity in working relationship enables proper execution of work. Management of an enterprise becomes easy, and all these things brings effectiveness in the administration. So administration becomes easy due to organizing. Fourth point, that is optimum utilization of resources. Of resources. Organizing leads to proper utilization of all the material, financial, and human resources. The proper assignment of jobs avoid overlapping of work and also makes possible the best use of resources. Fifth point is development of personnel. Development of personnel. Organizing helps in development of personnel by delegation of work to subordinates, which we will discuss later in this chapter. Effective delegation allows the managers to reduce their workload by assigning routine jobs to their subordinates. It allows the manager to develop a new methods and ways of performing the task. It also develops in the subordinate the ability to deal effectively with challenges and help them to realize their potential in full. So, the development of employees is possible in due to organizing. Sixth is adaptation to change. To change. The process of organizing allows the organizational structure to be suitably modified according to changes in the business environment. It thus provides stability to the enterprise as it can continue to survive and grow in spite of changes. So, this helps to adopt the changes. Means organizing helps in adaptation of changes. Seventh point, last point is that is expansion and growth. Expansion and growth. Organizing helps in the growth and diversification of a business enterprise by enabling it to derive from existing norms and taking up new challenges. It allows a business enterprise to add more job positions, departments, and even diversify their product lines. So, organizing is helpful in the expansion and growth of the business. So, this was about the significance or importance of organizing. Let us discuss these points once again. The importance of organizing, some points are there. First is benefits of specialization. Second point is clarity in working relations. Third point is effective administration. Fourth point, optimum utilization of resources. Fifth point, development of personnel. Sixth point, adaptation to change. And seventh point, expansion and growth. So in today's video, students, we discussed what is organizing, its meaning, definition, and we discussed the organizing process. After this, we discuss the importance of organizing or significance of organizing. In this video, it is it is to be the next part of the chapter will be discussed in the next video. Till then, thank you.